Okay, this is episode 1. I want to tell this quick story about survival school when I was in the Air Force. In the late 80s, I went through their survival school in Spokane, Washington. And a lot of it we can talk about, a lot of it we can't talk about. What I will tell is about a story about this one friend of mine that I was going through there with. I didn't know him outside of, we just met while we were there, but I will never forget this guy's name. His name was John. His first name, I don't remember his last name, but I remember his first name was John. And his dad was a his dad was a preacher. John was a used car salesman before he joined. But his dad was a preacher. And when we were going through survival school, one of the phases of survival school, after all the escape and evasion and water training, water survival, all this stuff, we had to go through interrogation training, where they took us in and locked us in cells and would take us out of the cells, interrogate us, put us back in the cells with hoods on. And I'll never forget the song they played, just tremendously loud while we were in the cell so we couldn't sleep. Was Boots. These boots are made for walking, and by Hanoi Jane. And Jane Fonda, better known as Hanoi Jane. If you don't know that story, look it up, Hanoi Jane. She's a piece of work. But anyway, we were going through interrogation training, and they took John out. Now, John always was a character. They took him out and was doing the interrogating him. And of course, they knew everything about you. They had your whole folder in front of you, so they knew pretty much your whole life story, that whatever was in your file there. The interrogators did. And so they would question you, berate you, whatever. And they asked John, they said, so, and this is a little dirty, so if your kids are around, you might want to plug their ears for a second. So the guy had John's file open, and he goes, so, John, I see, or actually they called us criminal. I think I was criminal 20. I don't know what John's number was, but they said, so, criminal so-and-so, I see your dad's a preacher. Does that mean while your dad's out saving all the souls in the parish, which John was from Louisiana, they said, so does that mean while your dad's out saving all the souls in the parish, your mom's out fucking them all? And John, without missing a beat, he goes, you met my mother? Oh my gosh. He said the guy slammed the book closed, yelled academic situation, and got up and ran out of the room. The interrogator did. And it was so funny. It was just hilarious. He really turned it around on the interrogator. And then the interrogator came back in, and John pretended to be gay. And so, I mean, he went to town on playing like he was flamboyant, gay. And I remember he said the interrogator stopped it again, said academic situation, stopped, told him, said, don't you ever act like you're gay. He said, because they will bend you over in a heartbeat. So don't do that. Anyway, that was a funny story. John, there's some other funny things John did while we were in there. They put us in these little boxes and stress positions and stuff. And there's one that was a tiny box. You really had to curl up and get in this thing. And somehow John's little skinny ass turned upside down in this box. Lucky he didn't pass out with his head upside down and draw the blood drain into his head. But somehow he got upside down in this box. Anyway, John was a character. John, if you're out there and you're listening to this, I love telling that story. That is one of the funniest things. If your dad's out saving all the souls in the parish, your mom's out fucking them all. That was a great job, John.